3, 2, 1, go!
First place.
Hello, welcome to the Electronic Eggs podcast. Joining me, Chris Smith, is Chris Smith.
Hello.
And not related to either of us, Jake Smith.
Hello.
How are you guys doing? You okay?
Yeah, pretty good. Recording on a Monday as I peer behind the curtains.
Yep, all good here too.
Good, good. And you've recently been to Japan again, is that right?
What month are we in? Oh, we're just in November, aren't we? No, I got back at the end of September, start of October, so recent enough,
Okay.
yes.
Recent enough, yeah.
And
Cool.
2 months ago.
Bit of housekeeping to take care of first. If listeners, please,
If the fire
please,
alarm
please,
goes off.
please, yeah, please exit your building as quickly as possible. Turn off the podcast and run. Don't listen to us and burn to death. It's not worth it. Maybe. I don't know. Could be. Anyway, but yes, if you can, please like and subscribe to us wherever you see us, and give us reviews, because that gives us more traction. Although recently our listenership has gone up massively thanks to the Wipeout episode. So I'm so glad people enjoyed that one. That one just continues to keep going and going. And I had loads of feedback about that one, which was ridiculous. I've not had any feedback at all about the podcast until the Wipeout episode. And since then, it's just, I get someone messaging me on Blue Sky about it.
Was that my first appearance?
No, your second appearance. Your
Damn
first
it.
was the PlayStation.
Yeah.
But yes, so the Wipeout episode's just been absolutely brilliant.
Now we just need another idea.
Yeah.
Wipeout 2.
If they would just make some more games, that would be fantastic.
I think that was the crux of the episode.
Yeah. Let's get into the bit of news for this week. There's not much to go through, so we'll just get it out of the way up front. First of all, some decent news, which was Animal Crossing New Horizons is getting a Switch 2 edition in January, which just goes to show that they're probably not going to do an Animal Crossing on Switch 2 for quite some time. But it is going to be quite a substantial update as well. So included in that, there's going to be a hotel added to the island. Is that right?
Yeah, I saw that. I'm not sure what they're actually planning on being in it yet, but
yeah, they're saying that there's going to be a place where you'll be able to do tasks to get it to be bigger. So I guess it will be kind of like the old the town hall thing that's there.
Yeah, possibly. Or if they'll do it a little bit like how the DLC works, where you're doing chores there and developing stuff. I imagine something like that. I mean, some of the content bits I like try and avoid spoilers, as it were. I like to see that as it comes, but it is the dual thing is nice, isn't it? It's like we're getting the Switch 2 update, which is a paid upgrade.
But it's quite cheap. It's only £4.
Yeah. I pre-ordered it for $5. Yeah, it was fine. Yeah. But also that they're throwing content for both versions out, which I think will sort of reignite a bit of love for it. I mean, I've still been playing this year for the last 6 months every day before I knew this was coming.
Online with your Nintendo Switch. Okay, Jude's playing Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Well, they're also doing. They're expanding the online as well to 12 players to play together at once.
I think that's just preparing in case there's another lockdown.
Here's hoping. So your storage is going to be expanded as well. Rossetti is back.
Boo. Although actually, it sounds like it's going to be useful this time and not just shout at me.
Yeah. There's also the coolest thing for me is if you've got the Nintendo Switch Online, you can play some of the classic games on the retro consoles that you can find on the island.
Yeah, that's cool though. It's a bit weird. I think what they've suggested is that each console will have one game.
Yeah, it would be good. But do you remember on the GameCube though, you'd
Yeah.
have like 50 NES around, like just littered around your basement, and you'd just play Super Mario Brothers or Excite Bike, because like you'd find like a million ice climbers. You're like, oh Jesus, ice climbers again. Then you'd send it off to someone with the memory card. Post that in the post to someone. There you go. But there's going to be a Lego collaboration as well, which is going to have clothing and furniture.
That looks cool.
Yeah, and then Zelda and Splatoon as well.
Wasn't them? I can't remember what the other one was.
So yeah, pretty substantial update. So I'm looking forward to that. That will get me to go back to it because I lost my island in the move to Switch 2.
Oh, mine ported over okay.
Mine did not. I opened up the Animal Crossing transfer app, and my island wasn't there, and it was on my Switch. And then I did the transfer again, and it vanished off my Switch and didn't appear on my Switch 2.
Oh, that's really annoying.
And it's just gone. But I've seen it happen to quite a few people, and with Pokemon saves as well, they lost because you had to do that at the same sort of thing.
I remember there was something. So like it was mostly a painless experience. It sort of took an hour and a half, but migrated everything straight over, and then there was like an extra couple of steps for the Animal Crossing to sort of claim it with the user or something.
Yeah. This one for me just didn't happen. Nothing came over. No. There's only one Switch to it in the house at the time, and it was
not Switch.
Oh, the wrong Chris Smith. Yeah.
Chris, you've got my two islands.
Have you got my craggy island?
Because it was the craggy
island.
No, I'm still knocking around on Innsmouth.
But yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that one. In other news, do you remember Agent, the former PS3 exclusive from Rockstar?
No.
That was announced. No. So, in an interview with Dan Houser, the former head honcho at Rockstar Games, he was saying that they didn't release Agent because their games are mostly open world games, and they didn't know how to make a spy game work in an open world. Now, open world and spy to me is like the most easy thing to like. I can't understand more games haven't done it. It's just, you can do things like have intel in different buildings and stuff like that, or different marks that you need to extract and things. It just seems like there's so much scope for a spy game in an open world.
Isn't that what Metal Gear is?
Car chase. There's always a car chase.
Yeah, and a car chase across an open world as well. It's just, I find that baffling that they couldn't get that to work. And it was meant to be set in the 1970s, so it's like during the Cold War, which is espionage central.
And I think it could have just been Austin Powers.
Or they could have done Austin Powers, yeah. But yeah, it's really weird. I think I mentioned this on the last podcast as well. I mentioned Agent, which is really weird that it came up again this week. And I was saying then as well, I remember The Agency, being announced at the same time.
That I did. I don't know much about it, but I remember that being announced.
That was one where you play different factions of spies, and you'd have lots of these different infiltration missions and extraction missions and stuff like that.
Was it an MMO or something?
Canceled. Yeah, it was meant to be kind of like an MMO. Yeah. But unfortunately, that one also got cancelled. So we get the closest thing we're going to get is that new Bond game, but that still isn't fully spy. That's just Hitman with James Bond.
It's alright. I'm not going to fight that either. It's all fine.
I'm looking forward to that. I won't lie about that. So, lastly, then, Chris, do you want to talk about this one? Which is
and we'll bring the person who works in HR into this one. It was only
diplomatically. So yes, you.
Yeah, very much the interesting timing that's come out about some layoffs specifically from Rockstar. I'm pretty sure it was in the UK, which was the thing that makes it interesting, because whenever they do employment law stuff, it's usually American companies, and it varies from state to state, so I'm not even sure what's going on. But so this is specifically the story that there were 30 to 40 people dismissed by Rockstar. One of the union groups are accusing them of union busting, but they've basically come out and said, no, these dismissals are all gross misconduct. Now, there's an interesting thing in terms of timing, because obviously gross misconduct covers stuff like theft, assault, and like, I suppose it could be the case that you've got a conspiracy group of employees all working on something like that together. But what will be interesting, though, is if it is just a cover, it's like they were doing something and gross misconduct doesn't have the evidence, then, and it is in the UK, then some of the employees may well take it to a tribunal. And if it gets that far, we will find out what happened, because the information will become public. So, yeah, it's an interesting story. It's too much. I mean, it's, again, if it's that thing of like, if it turns out to be true, like the conversations we had on recent episodes about like EA and stuff, we're like, well, it makes it difficult to support. I haven't liked a Rockstar game since the very first Grand Theft Auto, so it's very easy for me to not put my money where my mouth is.
Yeah. See, for me, that would be quite hard, because I quite enjoy Rockstar's games. Although they don't release many now, so you'd only miss one every like 10 to 15 years. So it's not like you're going to be missing them on a regular basis anymore, unfortunately. And yeah. But yeah,
it's very much a watch this space, because we don't know, and it's speculative on both sides. So at this point, it is just hearsay.
Yeah. But video game companies continue to be shit, is the thing, which is great. This is why everyone should just be independent. Although even they have issues, don't they, as well?
Yeah.
Jonathan Blow, hi.
There's a number. It doesn't necessarily help. In some ways, it makes it worse if there's only one person, when they're not accountable to anyone.
Yeah. Cool.
People continue to be terrible. More at 10.
Yeah, they are awful. Humans are sacks of shit, and we deserve to be extinct. So on that jolly note,
can we go back to Animal Crossing?
What have you been playing, Jake?
What have I been playing? There's a short list and a long list of things that I want to be playing and haven't had time to play. The short list is Ball Pit. I've been playing a lot of Ball Pit.
Spoiler for my list.
Really addictive, but without offering you too much, if you know what I mean. It's kind of like, why am I doing this? I'm doing this again, but it's very addictive. Final Fantasy Tactics, which I struggled with first time round when I played it on like PSP, PSX era, because I didn't really delve into the job stuff properly. Whereas this time round, after playing it through and getting stuck on a level, I'm like, oh, I'm stuck in the same place. I actually went and learned about the jobs and got the job stuff going, and I've made blazing progress since that point. So really enjoying Final Fantasy Tactics. It's almost like, now I'm ready for it, if you know what I mean. Because previous to, I think, our podcast a couple of years ago, Chris Smith host, rather than Chris Smith compadre, where we talked about Fire Emblem Sacred Stones. I had not really
definitely wasn't me.
I hadn't really got into strategy type of games before that, and then this whole world of Fire Emblem and everything opened up, and I kind of got a better handle on everything. So now,
I'm sorry for how the series has gone.
I know. Well, at least we got in whilst it was going was good.
Yeah.
Because after that, Awakening was just tremendous. That's one of my favorites. I've really enjoyed Final Fantasy Tactics, and I've also been blasting back to the past and playing Phantasy Star Online again, which I just can't seem to get out of my system. I keep going back to play that.
Yeah, it must have been at least 6 months since you were last on there.
Yeah, it does feel like I'm on the wagon again, as the saying may go. But this time I'm on the GameCube version, mostly because the emulators for Dolphin and stuff work well, so I can carry it around on like an Ambernic device and stuff, as well as playing it on laptop or desktop. So yeah, properly back into Phantasy Star Online. So if anyone's listening and they fancy a game, UK times, GameCube, let us know. I'm up for a game.
Is that also the sort of thing that we could play?
We could, yeah, if you want to play.
In the sense of, I think I tried one on the Dreamcast and didn't get into it, but I really like the idea of at least getting through something.
It's so good. It's
kind of game
basically
that
the
doesn't have an end.
Japanese take on Diablo, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's that, but it's got such an amazing soundtrack, and like the whole aesthetic of it is very cool.
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
You know, if
and
Monster Hunter was in space, I wouldn't mourn the loss of Phantasy Star Online. I'd be okay with it. But the fact that it is set in space with the weapons and everything, it really sort of scratches my itch that I want for that kind of stuff. It's a game where you grind, and you constantly grind to level up and get better weapons, and then go on to the harder levels and get more XP, and you just keep going and going and going. Back when it came out, the magic of it was that it was the first MMO type of game for consoles and dial-up.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
because I was playing a lot of online Dreamcast at the time, but all the shooters.
Yeah, I played so much of it on Dreamcast, and then version 2 when they released that as well.
Yeah,
but it was but I was on dial-up, so
yeah,
I was constantly getting interrupted.
I paid by the penny. It was before you paid for the hour.
Much money.
Yeah, and we had another line installed, so I could use the computer and play Phantasy Star Online. Yeah, it was just incredible, and I fell in love with it then, and it's sort of like it's never gonna go away.
I ponied up for the GameCube modem, the broadband modem.
Yeah, got one of them.
And yeah, that was, again, I was back on it for a bit, but it was dead on GameCube. Literally, I was on my own pretty much every time I played it. There was never anyone around.
If you're on the shit hack, I think it is. It used to be shitserve, SCHT. Sorry for my pronunciation. They do have a lot of 17, 20 GameCube players. So you can always find someone to play with. Usually, the most people have gone to Phantasy Star Blue Burst, which was the PC version, because that's the best, best version.
I did pick up the Sega Ages Master System game. Is that similar?
Yeah, nothing like it.
Good, because I died immediately when I got left the start zone.
It's so different to Phantasy Star. It shouldn't really be called Phantasy.
I think it was like, we've got an idea for a game. We need some clothes to put on it. And they were like, what have we got in the cupboard here? Oh, we got Phantasy Star Online. That's got loads of characters and sort of stylings and set in the universe. Fine, that will do. And they smacked it onto this MMO game that they were developing, which is fine by me.
Yeah, cool. Until they started doing follow-ups like Phantasy Star Universe and Phantasy Star Online 2.
Phantasy Star Portable was good on the PSP.
I think I might have played a bit of that, actually.
Yeah.
Portable 2 was the one with online. Because to play Phantasy Star Portable online, you had to use the PS3 and use there was like a game share thing, like a hotspot thing, wasn't it, on PS3? And you can go on and get in lobbies for PSP games. So you could do it. So you're playing locally multiplayer, but you were doing it via your PS3. That's why I played a lot of Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker as well that way. But but Phantasy Star Portable was very good. Very good.
The mission levels are quite small, perfect for sort of travel, like on the tube and stuff. And, without sounding like an absolute wanker, I'm going to sound like a wanker. Having been to Japan and seen the amount of people that travel on the train and the mass transit, and you can imagine back in the day with the PSP and stuff, people would just be playing Monster Hunter and these short levels on Phantasy Star, between 2 or 3 stops. It's enough to just get you through. And having a conversation with someone recently about the PS or Xbox sort of handhelds and everything, it kind of defies the game to sort of design for handheld devices and travel, because you're still playing sit down, sit back console experiences on a handheld. So things will never be the same again in terms of like.
I don't know. I think they're still making those games. That's what I found that we had that conversation recently.
They are, but you have to do it specifically for a handheld rather than an Xbox is an Xbox, and it's going to be played on a PC. And
no, but I think what it's done is given as a circle. So like they're creating games that traditionally were played on a handheld that I now play on my TV. Because I think Vampire Survivors to a certain extent is that example, but it's that sort of thing where it's the pick up and play. You can just move on, and I think the Switch has made it perfect because of the dockable nature of it. It's like these games, so it's giving you the best of both worlds, I think. And I mean, Nintendo will probably do it for both.
I agree in a way, but I also think that it doesn't. It's Nintendo are not making, like say Donkey Kong, right? The more recent Donkey Kong or Mario Kart, they're fully featured console games, right? That you can play portably. Whereas, and like most of the games that third parties are doing now are just ports from the home console. So I think what I miss is like what Jake was saying is the fact that you'd get games like Phantasy Star Portable or the Monster with these smaller game or Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, right? Which I still prefer to Metal Gear Solid 5. But yeah, it's a weird thing where you're not getting these small tailor-made handheld
I think
games,
this
like from
just
the big
coming
companies,
from different places. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is perhaps I mean obviously your indies in the AA space, but you're seeing it more where they're targeting, say, the Steam Deck, and then porting from that to the others.
Steam Deck's not really my idea of portable. It's enormous.
Well, no, I mean the thing is the Switch isn't really mine either. So like, although I do take it around, if I am actually going to go on a train and play games, I pick my PSP Go up. It's like, that is a portable game system.
I still take my Vita with me wherever I go.
I would take my Vita, but the PSP Go, even compared to the Vita, fits in the pocket in my skinny jeans. I haven't worn skinny jeans for 20 years, but you know what I mean.
Ew, I can't wash that thought away. Anyway,
I'm just imagining the PSP Go in your back pocket. Jeans.
Is that a PSP Go in your pocket, or are you pleased to see?
Is that really bad hemorrhoids?
Yeah.
I've also been playing. I've just got 3 more to get into my list there. Luminous Arise, which is out on the 11th of November.
Yeah.
Not long now. It's probably going to be out just after this pod drops, maybe. So I've been playing a lot of that. It's amazing.
I've got it pre-ordered on Steam next. I've got it pre-ordered on PSN, just waiting for it to unlock. So 11 days, isn't it?
You'll be prepared to lose some time and sleep on that. We were talking about time spent on games. You'll be sinking.
I just cannot wait to put the VR headset on and play that.
I don't have any of my stuff.
Fortnite, because they've released the Simpsons season.
I was going to talk about that as well. Yeah, we can talk about that. Let's go.
Yeah, I'll pause this. You can come back to that because I've waffled on enough about Phantasy Star Online. And last one was Earthion, because I just love Mega Drive shmups. So.
Earthion is on my Switch. I haven't played it yet because I'm waiting for the time where I can sit down and get a 6-button Mega Drive pad to use.
I think I mentioned it on the last one. I played 1 credit on mine, and I was like, I need my stick, which is potentially get that out of my storage unit. And if I don't get around to that, and the Mega Drive version's out before I move, then I might be playing it on the Mega Drive instead.
Worth it whichever way you play it, anyway.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been playing. I know we diverted there. Maybe we could do a pod about actual pocket gaming, because I think that would be really interesting to explore.
Yeah, we've got the right lineup for that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Chris, what about you, man?
So I've broadly taken a bit of a break from Silksong. Only the same reason as before. I just haven't had the time to commit. Although interestingly, I had 2 runs at the boss I was previously stuck at and made more progress than previously. So I think that actually taking the time away from it has helped. I'm playing Animal Crossing every day, so spirit of yeah. Me and my partner got back into it, and I'm now hate playing it because I'm just waiting for Red to have the last statue that I need for my museum in. So every day,
I had everything in the museum before on my island. I'm so annoyed that I'm going to have to start again. And the thing is, my daughter used to come to visit my island, and I would give her lots of bells so that she could go back to her island and not do any work. She's literally doing what a daughter does to her dad, but in a game. Just
I've still got money. I've still got like 50 million bells or something because I was so good at the turnip market during lockdown.
Yeah, that was where I made my killings. If only that was real.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. And then, like Jake, I was playing Ball Pit or Ball X Pit. I don't know whether to pronounce the X. I think I like to. unlike Jake,
Close the bollocks bit. That, to be fair,
I rolled credits on it last week, and I got the last achievement this morning.
Nice.
Clocking that at 40 hours, I think. Probably my favourite game of that sort of thing since Vampire Survivors. It's it's funny to have been just we talked about it when I knew nothing other than the 2-minute clip that had been in the Nintendo Direct a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
And then obviously it came straight to Game Pass. I was a few days behind everyone else picking it up just because of life. But then, speaking of life, it took over mine when it did. Fascinating what they do with the characters. It is Breakout Arkanoid Vampire Survivors.
Yeah.
But
only played
with
the trial, but
so much more variety in what the characters do. And they just completely it does the best thing that games do, which is it spends the first hour you play telling you what the rules are, and then the rest of the time breaking them all, which is really good fun.
I like when you get a new character and you're like, "What's he shooting? Where's it shooting? How's he? Oh, right, I got you."
It's when you read
real
read what the character's going to do, and you're like, "What?" And then you play it, and you're like, "It's really cool." And I quite like that in between your runs, you've got this sort of weird little city builder that has its own harvest mechanism that runs like a Breakout, or a little bit like what was that weird Peggle, but the other way around, where you set them off running and they bounce off things and collect. Yeah, it's like that kind of thing in between. But there's some strategy to where you place the buildings because they'll give boosts to the other ones. But that's how you're getting your passive bonuses and your unlocks that progresses you through the roguelike elements, for want of a better description. Which is much more interesting than just a menu where you tick the box to unlock another slot or something. So really enjoyed that. I am wondering if there'll be some DLC. When you look at Vampire Survivors, how much that's had and how many days of time I have in that, I am wondering if I'm going to be in a similar situation. I'd like to see some of the licensed crossovers like Vampire Survivors got. That would be fun. And then that I've been on just the weekend. I picked up the Tales of Arise Beyond the Dawn pack. I think we may have mentioned it before. I don't know if it was on the podcast. Basically, I bought Tales of Arise at launch on the PS5. Loved it, played it, platinumed it. Fantastic. Traded it in. And then a couple of years later, they brought out a DLC pack. And then it was annoyingly just too expensive because obviously I had to buy the game again to play it as well as the DLC. And so I'd been keeping an eye on the prices, and they would do weird things like the DLC would be on sale for a good price, but the game would be loads. It wouldn't drop. And but I think just a couple of weeks ago it dropped. I think it's like 16 quid for the complete edition. So I plumped for it and I started it this weekend. That usual thing of, fortunately, it does start you off like a complete new save. You don't have to go to your old game and find somewhere in the world. It's a new save. It starts you at level 70 or something. And then all your progress from the main game unlocks certain bonuses. So like where I'd platinumed it, I got loads of money and some extra weapons and things.
Oh, cool.
But it was quite good. Like the onboarding was cool because it wasn't like a complete fresh tutorial, but it was doing just enough to be like, this is what you do. So I had about 40 minutes at the beginning, like going, how do I play this game? And then about 2 hours in, I was back to just fishing. So good times.
I bought that in a sale about 6 months ago, and I played for about 20 hours, and then put it down because something else came out, and I haven't gone back to it. But I loved what I played of it. Like the combat's so fast, and it's the best Tales game for me. I've been a fan of the Tales series for a long time. But
so it was my first Tales game, and I have gone back. Yeah, I have gone back and done one of the others. I can't remember which. It might have been Vesperia.
That's the second best.
Yeah. It was one of them on like a remaster or something on the Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now it's possible I've done 3, but definitely 2 anyway. But no, very much recommend it. It was cool because I think it wasn't that long after I got my PS5, so it was like one of the first really good-looking games I got on it.
It is a really gorgeous game. Sorry, Jake?
What's the premise? Well, I've not played any of the Tales games, so give us a quick rundown. What's the premise?
Well, as somebody that's only played a handful of JRPGs, it's probably funnier for me to do this and then Chris to actually.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm going to give the serious answer, which is kind of boring. So, yeah.
I don't want serious stuff.
From my point of view, it seems to be similar to like Final Fantasy, where one game is completely unconnected to the others, but it has a absolutely bullshit story. That was complete nonsense. Characters are the usual mix of complementary, but would be, they can't believe these people are together. It just so happens though that they all get on really well, and will go on madcap adventures that definitely make sense for reasons. But I think because some of the barrier to them always used to be things like random encounters and stuff that used to make them back in the day so challenging. The more recent ones that I play, where the enemies in the world, and if you can't really be bothered with the fight, you can usually just run past it. That sort of stuff.
If I can make a recommendation to you both here and now, it would be to play the Ys series.
Oh yeah.
I think I've got that on my Vita.
Yeah,
there's a few on the Vita, but I would recommend
although
not playing 8 on the Vita, because 8 on the Vita is horrendous.
It's a great what I'd like to remind you of, Chris, is I think you made a recommendation to me about 5 years ago on a podcast to play the Suikoden games.
Yes.
And you'll be delighted to know that the new 1 and 2 are in my wish list.
On the Switch. Nearly there,
yeah, so I reckon another 3 years, mate, and I'll have definitely bought that and installed it.
Well, what I suggest is wait until Ys 10 comes to Switch 2. There's a Switch version, but the Switch version is kind of dump because it's an open world on PS5 and PS4, right? But on the Switch, it has like loading areas between when you go through. But the Switch 2 version is the PS5, PS4 version. So it's like the real version. So that is due to come out, I think, early next year or maybe next month or something. I know it's soon anyway.
I think my plan is
Nordics it's really I've been holding out because for me, I like playing Ys portably. I don't like playing it on the big screen, just because I've always played Ys portably, really. So going back even to the Turbo Express, I played Ys Book 1 and 2 on that. But that was not a real game. Like it wasn't the official game. It was a ROM that I had on a EverDrive type thing on a Turbo Express.
What's your favorite Vita version?
My favorite of the Vita ones, just because it runs okay, is it's Ys Memories of Salsita, which is the 4th game. It's a remake of the 4th game in the series, but specifically it's the remake of the Super Nintendo version of the 4th game, I believe.
I'm now finding your description impenetrable. Never mind the game.
Yeah. It's like Austin Powers.
But you always play with the Ys series. You always play with the same character. Well, except in Ys Origins, where you play as 2 different characters. But usually you play as Adel Kristen, who's this red-headed guy who's an adventurer, and he goes on these wild adventures and usually meets up with a guy called Dogi, who's his friend. And it's sort of, you get a bit of narration, so you don't really have your character talking as much. It's more a narrator, it's you in the future narrating like your tales.
I might put that in the queue, because my plan is to play this DLC, which I think is only about 10 to 20 hours. I'll probably want to do all of it, so it'll be about 20. Then check in where Octopath Prologue is, because I've loved both of the 2 main games, so I want to play that. And then I'm thinking of the Suikoden, because I was close to buying that when I first got my Switch 2, but I got the Bravely Default thing instead. It was cheaper. I sort of regretted that. Bravely Default 2 was so good. It made me think I was wrong when I abandoned Bravely Default the first time. And then I've been playing the remake on Switch 2, and I think I was right to abandon it when I did. And I need them to make number 3.
Yeah, I've got the second one on my Switch, but I haven't played much of it. It's one
really
of those
good.
ones I bought with they did the two games for like 80 quid or whatever it was. Yeah.
Well, mine for that was Octopath and Mario Golf, and Mario Golf really let me down on the Switch.
Yeah.
Golf games on the Switch have been quite disappointing.
Apart from Golf Story, they have been.
Golf Story was
poor.
good, but that's more an RPG, isn't it? Then.
Yeah, fair.
Anything else you've been playing?
I think that's it. I've got a feeling I've missed something, but probably nothing I've played for particularly long.
Well, I've been playing Super Mario Galaxy 2 on the Switch.
I have played something else. You're going to mention it, so I'll let you carry on.
Okay. So yeah, I've been playing Super Mario Galaxy 2 on the Switch 2, and it's so good. Like, it has no right to be that good a game after, when was it, 2010, 2011 when it came out?
Oh, crikey.
And it's just so incredible. Like, you play, I thought I loved it a lot back in the day, but playing it again now, I'm just like, man, like Nintendo have not got anywhere near this quality since then with their platformers. Like, and I love Odyssey so much, but playing Galaxy 2, I'm just like, Jesus Christ, this is so much better than any other 3D Mario they've put out since. Like, without any, like, it's not even close. And it's that you look at Donkey Kong Bonanza and you're like, Jesus Christ, you're from the same team and you play like this. And just go back to doing Mario Galaxy games. They're so good. But the thing is with it as well, it seems it translates okay using the Pro controller. But I do find it easier to go split Joy-Con on it.
I'm in a weird position with that because I did really fancy playing it on the Wii. I never really got into the first one or the second. I think I had them both. And I did look at this. I mean, I nearly looked at that one. At one point, I could have bought that limited edition triple pack. It was in a basket. We talked about Mario Sunshine because that's the Mario game I like. I like that one and the first two on the Game Boy. Yeah. And
Galaxy is just like, it's like the 2D games, but in 3D. Whereas like Sunshine and 64 and Odyssey are very much their own thing. Whereas these are very much like Super Mario Brothers 3 or Super Mario World, in how they're designed, but in a 3D space.
I want them to do like Super Mario Land, actually.
But they do a lot of cool things, like there's lots of like things where you can flip the gravity and things like that, and it sort of means that you're playing the game upside down and stuff as well. It's just so ingenious as a game that it just baffles me that they haven't been able to do anything close to this.
Yeah, played it a lot on the Wii when it came out, and one thing that I remember from it was being absolutely amazed at how good the controls were when things like the gravity flipped or running around the ball, and you didn't suddenly have everything mess up and run off in a wrong direction. And
you don't even have camera control either.
No, it's just incredible.
Yeah, like there's no 3D camera for you to control. It's literally there wherever you need it to be. It's there. How are you doing this, you wizards? And then you play Donkey Kong and you're like, oh my god, why is that camera stuck behind there? For God's sake, now I'm going to have to nurse it round. I don't know how this team have managed to not get near that again. Super Mario 3D World's really close, but it's still nowhere near Galaxy. It is closer. Sorry, not really close. It's closer. I also turned on my Xbox in a shock move. And I decided, because I picked up a cheap copy of Forza Horizon 2 on disc. Because I've never played
this on Blue Sky.
I've never played Forza Horizon 2, despite loving every other game in the series, including the first one. But so I bought the disc for like £2 off someone on Marketplace. And I was like, yep, let's give it a go. And I have played it every day this week.
Love it.
I absolutely love it. It's now my favorite in the series. But
I think it's my favorite map in the series.
It's definitely a great map, but I also like the fact that it's not as wanky as the others.
At some point, because I think what happened to me is I played the very first game, and that's definitely the takeaway I had from it, and I threw it away. And then when I got my Xbox One, I got Forza Horizon 2 and fell in love with that. And it was only after I then went back and played the first one because I'd run out of things to do. But I think I sort of embrace how awful that bit of it is.
I just feel like I'm about 100 years old when I play like 3 and 5, whereas I think 4 is a little bit more reined in on the wanky meter.
Is that all because we're British?
Yeah, we're more refined, aren't we? We're less wankery than the Americans and the Aussies. We do actually have listeners in America and Australia. I'm so sorry. But yeah, it's so good. It's just so fucking awesome. Like, because I used to spend a lot of time in the south of France for about 15 years. I would go there twice a year and
illegally street racing Lamborghinis. From
illegally street racing Porsche 911s. Actually,
okay.
It's actually a half truth. I did used to drive a Porsche 911 around south of France as my ex-father-in-law's when he wasn't there, and he would say you can use a car because he had a lot of cars, but he didn't specify which ones we weren't allowed. So sometimes we would drive the 911, and which was always good fun. But my one criticism of this game is that they do not have Riviera Radio as one of the stations. Which is,
I can't even remember which ones I liked.
Riviera Radio is a actual station in the south of France, which is like an English speaking radio station because there's so many English people who live down there. So they have a radio station for the rich English people down there, and it's I kind of wished it was in the game. That would be kind of a cool little Easter egg. But yeah, I love it. I was very shocked to see Sean Maguire from Grange Hill was in it, which I a bit like, oh, that's that guy from Grange Hill. And then I googled him to see what he's been up to, and apparently he's in like Hollywood movies and TV shows in America, which I didn't realize. I was like, man, I know you from Grange Hill. And I think he was in EastEnders as well for a bit. I think he was going to be a footballer for West Ham in EastEnders, then broke his leg or something, and then couldn't be a footballer, something like that.
Okay.
Listeners, correct me if I'm wrong on that one. If you know more about Sean Maguire, I did actually see Sean Maguire. I have loads of bloody celebrity stories, which is ridiculous.
I mean, you're using the term celebrity relatively loosely on that one.
Very, very, very loosely. I think it was in 1993. I went to, I don't know if you have families where your parents are divorced, but dads never really know what to do with kids. So my dad took us to Clacton Pier one of his Sundays that he was looking after us, or a Saturday, I can't remember which. And we were on Clacton Pier in the arcades, and I remember looking over and being like, "Is that the guy from Grange Hill?" to my brother, and my brother looks and says, "Oh my god, it is the guy from Grange Hill." And it was Sean Maguire and 3 of his friends playing Super Off-Road in 4-player in the arcade.
Nice.
Yeah, that's my Sean Maguire story. Very interesting. So yeah, I've also been playing more of Ghost of Yotei, which is really getting its claws into me. It's just become such a better game than the first one in every way. It's so much more focused. Like I said before, the open world I've kind of just ignored in this game, and I'm just traveling and just traveling to the next point of interest, because there's always pointing you in the right direction of where you need to go, and then occasionally you'll see something off and you'll go to that bit, and it's like it unravels more of the story. But the open world,
because this is on my wanting to play list.
Yeah, I'm not going to spoil. I'm not going to spoil the story at all. But I have just got to a part where I was just like, "Holy shit, that's incredible!" But the thing is that with the first game, the other characters in it weren't as interesting at all. Like, none of them are that interesting, and the game felt like it was Sony's attempt to do Assassin's Creed, but in Japan. Whereas this one, it's just them doing a fantastic cinematic adventure, and you're playing through this like Japanese feudal Japan era, or not feudal Japan, it's later than that, but this fantastic adventure set in this beautiful Japanese countryside, and it just feels like you're playing a movie, but with fantastic combat. The the voice acting, I've been switching between English and Japanese for her because I really like both her voice actors. Like both of them are just unbelievable. But it's the supporting characters in this game that really build it, and you start really like forming like a family bond with them, and it's incredible. And I don't think there's going to be a game that ever touches this in terms of just like quality of its presentation. Like it's just, I've not seen a game that looks like this, that has like really good gameplay, has an incredible story, and the acting is just top notch. If you play in English or Japanese, it's just brilliant. Like for one scene, I did switch to Japanese because I really wanted to hear her emotions more.
Yeah,
because the Japanese language is way more emotive, right? When it's spoken, way more emotive. So I had to switch, and I was nearly in tears one bit. I was like, oh my god, that's so good. But yeah, I love that game, and I can't understand where these 7s have come from for it. Like I really don't get it. It's like, if this is a 7 out of 10 game, you have lived a fucking charmed life. If you think, oh, this is okay, and it's like, no, come on, let's not be daft. This is incredible, and like it really needs its dues. Because the first one's good, right? That I would say is probably 6, 7 out of 10, like easily. But if you're saying that's a 6 or a 7, and then this one is just a monumental leap, it's like the leap from Uncharted to Uncharted 2. That sort of leap.
There's no world I could see the first one being a 6 or a 7. It's 8 or 9s all day long. So this one, the second one's even better. I can't wait.
You see, I only feel that this first one is because of the sparseness of the world and the fact that it's not as tight with how you're getting across the world. Whereas this is very much like, no, we want you to really enjoy this story that we want you to go on, but we really want you to learn how this game plays as well. So it's like the opening few hours of this fantastic tutorial that you don't know you're doing.
Oh wow!
It just builds and builds and builds, and then you're like, oh, I've just been in a tutorial for like 4 hours, and I didn't realize it's in a tutorial at all. It's that sort of thing with it. They've done it really well. It's such a good game. I can't speak highly enough of it. And Atsu is just an amazing protagonist. Like, she's so good. I absolutely love that game. I can't see much beating it for Game of the Year for me.
Cool.
Because it's just
Ball Pit.
Ball Pit's fantastic, but those sorts of games for me, I really love, and they very rarely get to my Game of the Year status due to the fact that I find them more disposable.
I think Vampire Survivors made mine that year. But I mean, to be honest, this year, just as we're talking about it, I think Clair Obscur will probably do it for me.
Clair Obscur is fantastic as well. This is that's right up there with Ghost for me. They're both absolutely phenomenal.
Silksong will be an edit if I can get back and finish it.
I did download Battlefield Red Sack.
Is that what it's really called, or is that just the?
Which is the Battle Royale mode, the free-to-play Battle Royale mode. So I'm not giving EA money. And I did really well on my first few games. I was coming top of my my team that I was in for kills and territory and stuff. So I was like, I'm actually not shit at this. This is good. So yeah, I've quite enjoyed playing that. And then I did download the update for Fortnite, as you were mentioning, Jake. And just because of the Simpsons stuff, I really just wanted to see Springfield. And they've done
well done, isn't it?
Yeah, they've done such a good job with that map.
Yeah. My favourite bit was where Bart sprays Fortnite at the start.
Yeah, but there's so many jokes in there. You've got the steamed hams; they're in there. You've got there's just everything's in that game. It's just incredible. It's like, but it's only for the first 9 seasons as well that they have the references for, which is great. Because you're like, okay, you've actually your stuff, your Simpsons, and it's really good. So I was playing that with my son, my 13-year-old, because he doesn't want to go and play football or anything like that, like I would do with my dad. It was he's more let's play Fortnite. And there's me telling him to play.
My lad's
but
19.
He's
So
19.
we play it as a way to just stay in touch, see how uni's going and stuff like that. So we'll play 3-4 hours at least twice a week.
Yeah, that's why I play Battlefield, to play with my 23-year-old. Was to play that with him, as he's into that game. He's into those games now, not Fortnite anymore. Whereas my 13-year-old's very much into Fortnite. So we play that occasionally, but I haven't played it in a while because he's been playing Silksong for ages. So yeah, and before that he was playing Hollow Knight, so he bounced straight from Hollow Knight into Silksong.
Nice.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. So what game was it you thought I was going to talk about?
Virtua Fighter.
Yes, thank you. I forgot. I've been playing Virtua Fighter 5 R.E.V.O World Stage on the PS5, and how that, again, like Super Mario Galaxy 2, how the hell is this still the best in its field?
I mean, I'd kind of forgotten how good it was. Thank you for the tip off, because if I'd only noticed it on Switch and stuff at 16 quid, I'd have probably left it knowing that I have other versions. I do have was it called Final Showdown or something? The one,
the
version that didn't have anything other than multiplayer. I think I had that on Xbox, and so I would probably just be like, oh, I've got that one if I fancy putting it on with my mate or whatever. But then, because you said you'd seen it for £8 on PS5, I literally just went and had a look in case by some miracle I had the same discount, and I did. And I thought, well, for £8, I can't fault that.
Yeah, it's because Virtua Fighter 5. I can't remember the name of was it Ultimate Showdown? Was the last
something
one?
like that, perhaps? Yeah.
That was free on PS Plus at some point over the last couple of
So
years.
maybe I claimed that or something, and
yeah. So you must have claimed it, and then you've got, because that's how I got it as well. So then I saw.
I mean, I don't have PS Plus, so I thought I would probably lose out because my subscription's lapsed. But I was like, well, I'll buy it quickly before they realise that's a mistake. I kind of had the same problem I have with Earthion, though. I spent about an hour just playing like arcade mode and stuff, and generally just getting beaten up by Lao, which is exactly the same experience I have if I play a lot of Virtua Fighter 2 back in the day. As like Lao and Pi were always my nemesis.
It's really weird.
Yeah,
I forgot.
I bought this when it came out. Played it for a couple of days, maybe a week, and then it's just sort of got lost in the pile of games I need to play.
So
yeah, I want my arcade stick for it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I've been playing it a lot, but it's on pad, so it's not as good. So I just need to wait for that PlayStation arcade stick that they're releasing. You know, the wireless one that will work on PC as well. Which
I'm wondering if it supports the PS4 sticks, because it was optional by developer.
Yeah, I haven't got one, so I don't know.
Oh, I've got a good modded one, but that's why we talked before. I switched to the Xbox because some games were choosing to not support it.
Yeah.
But I do still have a good PS4 stick, so if it supports that, I might see if I can find it in my storage unit.
Yeah, but playing this though, it just made me realise just how good that series is with its fighting. It's just, but the thing is as well, it's like it's a really deep tactical fighting game.
Yeah,
which is just unreal. I've played 24 fights online. I've won 22.
Wow.
But the 2 losses I had were 2 complete flawless victories for the opponent. Like 2 excellents in a row against 2 people, so 4 excellent defeats in a row. Didn't even get a punch. Then I noticed that they were from Japan, so I don't play when the Japanese are up now because they are too good at Virtua Fighter.
Yes, the Tetris 99 experience.
Yes, yeah. It's like, if the Japanese are up, I'm not playing Tetris 99 and I'm not playing Virtua Fighter online.
I'll just play the
You
Americans.
guys are too good. We do actually have Japanese listeners, so you guys are too good. I can't play against you. You're just ridiculously good. I can't do it. But it's nice when you get Americans, because I managed to beat them. And then I have to mute them quite quickly because they start calling you names while you're fighting, which I don't like. So I'm like, you're getting muted as soon as this round is over. But yeah, Virtua Fighter 5 is just fantastic. Like the fluidity of the movement as well. When you move from one stance into another, it's just perfect. I'm still maining Kiagi as well. He's my boy still.
Oh, I'm still Jackie from
Jackie Bryant.
Yeah, since the original, to be fair. But I played Virtua Fighter 2 and then the first one after. But yeah, I've been Jackie consistently from the beginning. But I do dabble with Lion.
Oh yeah, isn't it pronounced Leon? Because that's the French pronunciation, isn't it?
I don't know. I work firmly in the realm of that's how I pronounce it because I saw it written down. Yeah, and but I think I like the idea of using him more than the reality. When you win with
he
him,
does
you feel
some really
very
cool
smug.
moves.
Yeah.
I really liked him in Virtua Fighter 3 because Kiagi was really nerfed in 3. They changed his moveset. He was just shit. So I moved to Leon in that one, and like the way his moves would flow was like from one to another was just absolutely phenomenal. But then in 4, they reined him back because he was a bit OP in 3. So I didn't play as him in 4. I went back to Kiagi, and then stayed with Kiagi until now. But yeah, so I might give Leon a little dabble later. That sounds really weird because my son is also called Leon. But so let's move on then.
Jokes.
Yeah,
I'm cleaning.
Let's move on then to some. Well, before we go to listener questions, I did see on Blue Sky today, so we're going to nick this unceremoniously from Blue Sky, and we're going to name our console Mount Rushmore. So that is, we'll pick 4 consoles that we would say are our Mount Rushmore. We'll give a little bit of an explanation as to why, and we'll even let Jake cheat if he wants by putting the same console on 4 times. And but we'll start with you, Jake, and you can then defend yourself against my my aspersions.
So being the funny person that I am, my 4 was the Japanese Sega
citation needed.
Yeah. Come on. The Sega Mega Drive, the Sega Wonder Mega, the Sega Multi Mega, and the Sega Nomad, which the astute of you listeners will notice they're all just versions of a Mega Drive.
And I have no questions, Your Honor. I rest my case.
For those who do follow me will know pretty much that's totally on brand. But if we're having to do a real considered for different consoles, I probably, well, after having a laugh about it and saying let's do this in the pod, I struggled to actually get 4 that I was really comfortable and happy with, because I could easily do like a different 3, because obviously the Mega Drive's in there for me, no doubt. So my first one I wrote down was the Mega Drive, the Dreamcast, a Nintendo Game Boy, and the Sony PlayStation. And then I was like, yeah, but oh man, I don't want to miss out the PSP because I love the PSP. I don't want to miss out the Famicom, the PlayStation 2. There's so much stuff, but yeah, under duress, I'll go with the Mega Drive, the Dreamcast, the Game Boy, and the PlayStation.
Nice.
I think I'll match you on 2 of those. I think.
So, Chris, what are you thinking for your Mount Rushmore? What
so,
makes
yeah, I think I'm solid on my first 3, and then my 4th one is the one that I could, if you ask me on a different day, I might go in a different direction. So my first one, the one that was always going to be there regardless, is the Saturn. And if there were 4 distinct enough editions of the Saturn, I might have done what Jake did just for the giggles. But yeah, my favorite console of all time, hands down. Then the second is the Vita, which I think is sort of peak handheld for me in the best of everything kind of way. I know I was saying earlier that the PSP Go is arguably more portable, but you know, the Vita cheats by doing that thing where it's got the Vita library and the PSP library. And
dual sticks.
And the PS2.
Yeah. Dual sticks was a big thing because it did give me you were able to map the right stick to the buttons for the PSP games, so I was playing Everyday Shooter and Super Stardust from there on there.
If you do like me, you can there's like a hacked Vita. You can go, there are patches that you can download that give natural second stick control to games like Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, I mean, I do have a hacked Vita, but yeah, I don't know if I've tried that.
Sorry, carry on. So Vita.
Anyway,
and Saturn.
yes. So my third one is the Mega Drive. Jake, can you pleased to hear?
Good man.
that's my nostalgia machine, I think. But also because of the library of shoot 'em ups, it's.
Absolutely.
I don't go a month without playing a Mega Drive game. I'm comfortable saying that in one way or another. And then my fourth is the Dreamcast.
Yep.
That's the slot could have gone to maybe the original PlayStation, to a certain extent maybe the Master System, because in some days the nostalgia for that hits because that was my first system. But my thing with the Dreamcast, I think, partly because I still maintain it was ahead of its time. The amount of time I spent playing online and stuff with it was huge. But I've said this before on the podcast as well. I sort of view it as the last console with personality. I've sort of changed my mind a bit on that in the sense that I think the original Xbox did as well. I just didn't like it. So I have some love for it. I think it did have personality, but it's like, you know, that guy you hang around with, because there were some quirks about him that are all right, but he is a bit of a dick. I think it's more of my problem. Whereas the Dreamcast, I think,
I think the GameCube had a lot of personality.
I think possibly in the same way, though, that it wasn't really for me, but I would concede that. And this because it's the same generation, isn't it? I think the PS2 is the one that killed it. And my entire argument for that is if you just look at a complete library of PS2 games on the shelves, you've never seen a duller collection of spines in your life. That for me was the sole destroyer of it. And then it's like that thing of I could put a 360 or a PS4, PS5 in this, but I just don't have that affinity for the system since, you know, I love my PS5 and my Xbox Series X, but I don't think about them in the same way. They're like computers now. It's just I can take it or leave it.
As you said, they lack a personality with weak spots and foibles, but excellence in other areas. So I understand that.
And so I think the Dreamcast has earned its place, even if we might have to fight it off every few weeks to keep hold of it. Keeps him on his toes. How about you, Chris?
So for me, I've gone for the Vita, like yourself, just because for me it was such an important console for indie games, right? In terms of they were there and around. They were still doing really well, but Vita really exploded that whole scene.
Yeah.
And I am sure that the Switch's success is also down to the fact that like a lot of people migrated from Vita to Switch as well. I mean, there wasn't that many of us. There's only like 12.
That's what I did.
That's what I did. But at the same time, it's just it just had so much of an attach rate for those indie games. You know, it's such a profitable place to be. So that for me is why it's there. Plus the fact that I adore its library, and I see a lot of people giving its library a bit of shit, and I'm like, I mean, there's so many great games on this thing. You know, you've got Fez, you've got Hotline Miami,
you've got Men's Room Mayhem.
Legacy. Men's Room Mayhem, so much fun. You've got Wipeout, you've got an okay Uncharted, you've got the Metal Gear Solid saga you can get to, you've got
TXK, the greatest game of all time.
TXK, Velocity 2X. And
Future Lab making more great games for that than many other systems have.
It's just, I love that system so much. I've then gone for Sega Saturn, like yourself. That for me is for its 2D shooters. I love the Saturn's 2D shooter library, mostly because of the soundtracks on them are just incredible.
And it's fighters as well, man.
And fighters as well was going to be my second thing.
And Sega Rally, do you want that?
Sega Rally's fantastic. Knights, I really love Knights and Streams. I love Burning Rangers. Saturn.
I like Burning Rangers, but that's a different context.
Glasgow Rangers. I like Burning Glasgow Rangers. Yeah. I don't have a dog in that fight. As I am neither Catholic nor Christian. So Anyway, let's not go there.
I won't intervene and correct anything.
I've also gone for the Super Nintendo, just due to the fact that it has some of my favorite games of all time in Super Mario
So,
World, Link to the Past.
What was that?
The Super Nintendo Entertainment
Oh, I
System.
see. I saw your post on Voice. I was going to say I didn't recognise the little grey box, but I'm assuming it's that one.
Yes, it's that one. That's
Okay,
you know, Super Mario World,
Did
Link
you
to the
miss out
Past,
on that
Super
console?
Metroid.
Did you not recognise it? Bypass
No,
the
no.
whole era.
Yeah.
But yeah, that to me is just, that's where my love affair with like futuristic racing games started, with F-Zero as well. And whenever I hear the F-Zero soundtrack, it takes me back to being an early teen, and just sitting in my room being amazed by these amazing graphics at the time. And yeah, love that console. Love F-Zero as well. And then my fourth, I've chosen the PlayStation 4 Pro in particular over the PS4. And the reason I've gone with the Pro is because it is a PS4, but it does things a lot better than the PS4. The games are a lot better. VR's a lot better with it as well. And that's the other reason why I've gone with the PS4, is for the PSVR aspects of it, because it really did change my outlook on gaming. Like, I didn't think I would be into VR at all. I was like, I do not want to sit with a freaking headset on looking like a twat. But now I really like sitting with a VR headset on looking like a twat.
Worth it for Polybius alone for me. Yeah.
Sorry?
Worth it for Polybius alone.
Yeah, exactly. So you've got
like
Polybius. But then there's Res Infinite, which I've said many times in this podcast is my absolute favourite game of all time in VR. Outside of VR, it's a top 10 game for me, but in VR, it's my absolute all-time favourite.
Yeah.
I really love stuff, like Blood and Truth, and
that's great. I really like the Until Dawn thing, Rush of Blood.
Yes, Rush of Blood's fantastic. I really loved Astrobot Rescue Mission as well.
Wipeout, Tetris.
Wipeout, Tetris, yeah.
Thumper, what a game in VR that is.
Yeah, incredible game.
Viv
VR.
Ribbon,
Tiny Tracks as well.
Horror.
Is really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like having the PS4 library, which I consider to be one of the best libraries I've ever seen of on a console, mixed with the VR library as well. That to me is just like, I have to have that on there. Which I know there's no personality, but the VR aspect of it just really changed everything. And being able to have the traditional games as well as the VR games as well is what puts the PS4.
I mean, it's a testament to how much they ruined it with the PS5, right?
Yeah, it is. This is the thing. It's just like, oh my god, how are both libraries worse?
Yeah.
Like, how are they both worse?
How is it an absolute nightmare to use my PSVR with the PS5? I have to literally disconnect everything. But most of the great games on the PSVR on the VR2.
I know you mean, yeah. So VR2's so good to be able to set up, whereas the VR1 is literally like a 2-hour job to get it set up.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh god, the Move controllers are out of battery.
Yeah, every time.
Why don't I leave these on charge? Yeah.
I did have a little cool thing for those for mine that was left over from my PS3, where it just plugs in the USB and they both stand on it. That was pretty cool.
That's quite cool. So that's my 4, and I'm sticking to it. But yeah, I can't speak highly enough of those 4 consoles. They are my absolute favorite. What would you say if you were to get a 5th option on there?
I mean, it's a trouble because part of me would be inclined to go Master System, but then, I could get a power-based converter on my Mega Drive, and I wouldn't need to do that. There is a real temptation to go original Game Boy.
Yeah, I love the Game Boy.
That's where mine would go. Yeah.
So Game Boy's on my list. I'd be tempted to go maybe a Famicom. Or
I wouldn't be tempted to do that.
Yeah, I delved back. I didn't have a NES as a kid, and I delved into the Famicom 12 years ago. So I really enjoyed it. Really, really enjoyed it. It kind of tied in with my life not having much time to play games. So
the Famicom library is much better than
done in 20 seconds.
Yeah, but the Famicom library is much better and wider than the NES library.
Oh yeah, and it's better than the Master System library too.
Sorry guys, I gotta go. I've got to go and look at games that are in shades of brown.
Oh, that's a Commodore 64. Come on.
I thought you were talking about the Xbox 360 there.
I don't know. it's a difficult one. It was difficult to get 4, let alone just add another one in. I need another 3 hours to think about this.
Okay. Well, I would go Game Boy.
I think original
Tetris.
Game Boy because there's just a bunch of games on there that I played so much of because we talked about golf before, but things like Alleyway.
Oh, Alleyway
Bubble
was
Ghost.
so good. Yeah, Bubble Ghost was great. Super Mario Land, Super Mario Land 2,
Also,
Wario Land.
the R-Type port on there is so much better than it's ever should have been. Allowed to be.
The puzzle games
R-Type, yeah.
Me. All the puzzle games on there are just great.
The better versions when you get the DX version, but I know you can play it in color, but if you put the DX version into a normal Game Boy, it's a bit better than the original release of R-Type.
That was the first R-Type I played, and then the Master System port.
Mine was the Master System version of R-Type, and then the arcade version, and then Game Boy. But yeah, Game Boy for me would be my 5th choice, without a doubt. That's actually my top 5 consoles. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Okay, let's move on to some listener questions. So we have this one from Gaz, who did write in before. What are your favourite fighting games? Which is appropriate considering we were talking about that. Jake, have you got a favourite fighting game of yours?
I haven't got a particular one. I prefer Street Fighter out of all the different series. I've always played Street Fighter from Mega Drive onwards. So, yeah, you'd probably find me on the Street Fighter machine. I do like Alpha 3, and I do like Street Fighter 3. I haven't really kept up with the newer 3D ones and stuff, but there you go.
No, that's cool. Chris?
Funnily, you and I were talking about this recently as possible future topic. I think my favourite overall is, to give it its full birth name, I think is Ultra Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition.com. Is probably my favourite, and the closest I came to anything like a winning streak online, like you were talking about with Virtua Fighter, and then closely followed by Injustice 2. If I'm just playing solo, I think that's
got such a good story mode,
and all the extra stuff like the multiverse or something mode, I think it was called. It was like a masterclass in how to do a versus fighter and be fun to play solo. I leveled every single character to max on that, which was probably not the best use of my time, but it was good fun, and it was great getting all the unlockables. It's sort of like Diablo does versus fighters. How about you, Chris?
Virtua Fighter 5 in any incarnation. Yeah, so boring answer, but there it is. This one's from Charlotte. Sorry.
So, do you want a moment to think about that? Because you shot that answer
up. I already knew what his answer was going to be before I asked him.
It's always going to be Virtua Fighter 5 until Virtua Fighter 6 comes out and is better.
It's in my top 3, I think, or 4.
We'll come back to that as a proper topic another time. So, Charlotte writes, what was the first game you played that made you realise that not all video games are good?
I had a ZX Spectrum, so it will have probably been one of them. One of those games where they were pretty shit when they were shit.
We had a Texas TI-99, and I suspect it was something we spent 4 hours typing in, then fixing the errors, and then playing it.
But that is the game. Typing in and finding the errors. Or on another note, when I had a Mega Drive as a kid and my youngest brother went to the video store to rent a game. This is what you used to do in the past. You go to a video store and rent a game. I said, don't get Rise of the Robots, and he went and got Rise of the Robots. And that was dog shit. That was like, how can you make a game that bad on a 16-bit machine? But it was possible.
Yeah.
I was going to jokingly say Rise of the Robots for my favourite fighting game. So I'm glad someone mentioned it today.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of that, there might be like, if I thought about it long enough, I might get to something better. But something like like Shadow of the Beast that looked absolutely incredible.
And zero game.
Yeah, and the answer is probably something like that, if not that would have been early. That was like this is a style of a substance.
Yes.
So for me, it was Back to the Future on the NES.
I don't think I've played that.
So,
What's in this?
in Nintendo Entertainment System.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do they?
Made by well, not made, but distributed by Mattel over here for a short while. But yes, the Back to the Future on the NES for me was the game that I thought, video games are bad. I did have a ZX Spectrum before that, and I just thought every game was amazing on that. But I think I was a bit younger then. And then once I got to sort of like 8 or 9, I played Back to the Future. And do you remember when Marty's going round on his skateboard and he has to collect clocks, and he has to avoid greasers in the 50s from punching him off his skateboard and things? Do you remember that in the movie?
Yeah.
So that's the first level of the game. And it's just awful. It's such a bad game, and it doesn't even have like any of the music. Like you'd think, it's just so shit. Like it is easily the worst game I've ever played, and I bought that with my own money.
Oof.
And I just remember, and I remember bringing it home and putting it into my NES, thinking, "Oh my god, Back to the Future, like my favorite movie," and playing it and just be like, "Fuck, I hate video games."
Yeah,
like I hate them so much.
Tell you what, the way you've described that, I have something that is a parallel to that experience. It was having seen Ghostbusters on the Commodore 64 and then getting the Ghostbusters on the ZX Spectrum. It was like I felt
Oh god,
absolutely
sorry.
sick.
Oh, but how much I loved that on the Master System, though.
Yeah.
That was the same game as the Commodore 64 version, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah. But the Commodore 64 had two versions because it also had the real Ghostbusters, the one based on the cartoon that had a weird, different. There was something different about it. I'd have to look that up. I just sort of remember my friend having it.
Okay, last question then from Harry, who asks, I've recently bought a GameCube. I'm just 18 years old, so I don't have any nostalgia for that generation. So what underrated games would you recommend for the GameCube?
ZooCube.
Yep, fantastic shout. That was going to be one of mine. Jakey, you got any?
Kururu in Paradise, but as the GameCube version came out and it's got it has an English translation now, so I don't know how easy that would be to play. But even the Japanese version is worth playing through.
That's a good point.
Same as the Game Boy Advanced versions, really, but just on the GameCube.
Yeah, I love those games. They're you can play them without translation, can't you?
Yeah,
it's just like rotating a stick. But that's a good game. I would go for Metal Arms Glitch in the System. You guys ever played that?
No.
I'm trying to remember what I did play though, because I played a lot on the GameCube.
So Metal Arms Glitch in the System's it's a third-person shooter where you play this robot called Glitch, right? And
has he got metal arms?
He does. He's a robot.
Okay.
And
Perfect.
I don't know what this developer have ever done before. It's a studio called Swinging Ape Studios, and it was published by Sierra Entertainment. But the thing is, the GameCube and the Xbox versions are really good. The PS2 version is a piece of shit. But yeah, honestly, it's a fantastic third-person shooter. I think it got quite high reviews at the time, but no one bought it.
Yeah.
I bought it on the day it came out because I was just like, oh my god, that looks incredible. I can't wait to play that. I think it was Edge Review that was the one that did it for me. And I was like, I have to play that. Another one I would say is Battalion Wars, the GameCube version of Advance Wars.
Oh yeah.
Which is great. It was made in Guildford, I think, as well. Really good game. Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg from Sonic Team.
Yeah, that's a good game. Yep.
Yeah.
I'd go for WarioWare as well. I love a bit of WarioWare.
Yeah,
the WarioWare was really good on there. The F-Zero that's on the GameCube is the one that has Sega's involvement, and the only one that I'm allowed to go on record as saying is worth playing.
It is a great game. It's very hard though. Like it's the hardest game ever.
Doesn't it use the same game engine as Super Monkey Ball?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
The Super Monkey Ball games are fun.
Cubivore is another one I'd go for. So Cubivore, which is it was originally made for the Nintendo 64 DD, but then got moved to the GameCube. and it's all the animals are made out of like these cubes, and it's
no, I remember that.
Yeah, it's really cool. They would be my go-to games for.
The only other one that I would say is if he has, because it was cross-platform, so if he's already familiar with the PS2
he's
or
not.
the Xbox library,
he has no nostalgia.
So then one of the best games in that era for me is Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy.
Yes,
that's an
fantastic
incredible game.
Yes,
and I played that on the GameCube, I think, or the Xbox, one of those two. But it's definitely on the GameCube.
And if you do, Harry, get a PS2, in a similar vein to the Sphinx the Mummy, which is really, really great. That's from Eurocom, who made that game, Sphinx the Mummy. I would also suggest Haven, Call of the King on PS2, which is another like 3D action adventure platformer game. It's from Traveller's Tales, and it's so underrated. Like I remember at the time reviews being like 7s. And I would say that is probably harsh in retrospect, because I did play it recently and I thought it was absolutely brilliant still. So I would definitely recommend that if you do go PS2, because it's not on GameCube, unfortunately.
Sticking to GameCube.
So I think that answers all of those questions quite well.
Sorry, Jake, what was that?
I'd say Beautiful Joe as well.
Yeah.
That's a real nice GameCube game. Really good.
Yeah, it's gorgeous as well.
Yes, good fun.
The second one is good, but it's a bit easier than the first one.
Yeah, always go for the first, I think.
Yeah. And what was there was another one, was it from Capcom? Product number 3, is it? PN03, yeah. Which is a really cool. It's from Mikami, isn't it? It's one of it's it's kind of like it's a third-person shooter, but it's like it's kind of resi in a way, but without that sort of visuals. But you are doing it to a tune, like you're shooting and stuff, and it's almost
to a beat and a rhythm. A little bit. Yeah. Once you master that, and you don't realize why you're doing it at first, it kind of feels natural, and then you start moving in time with things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a really great game, and again, so underrated. Like the reviews at the time were like 6s and 7s for that.
Yeah, reminds me a little bit of Sin and Punishment as well, because you like into the screen.
I was thinking about that when you were first talking.
So hopefully that gives you some good things to go for there.
One last
Harry,
thing, get himself a broadband adapter and join me on Phantasy Star Online.
Yes, do that.
I'm recruiting,
but don't go for Card Revolution.
No,
because that is a piece of shit. But it has great music. I will say that. But yes, I think that should do Harry. He will need to get quite a good job though
to buy
all these games, because none of these are cheap.
I think ZooCube might be around for a reasonable price.
Yeah, I think Metal Arms might be as well. I think Beautiful Joe goes for a few quid.
Yeah.
And PN03 I definitely think goes for quite a lot of money.
If Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy is expensive, it did get a one of those phoned in remasters that's perfectly playable that was on everything. So I think I bought it on Switch and Steam because I was thinking about maybe playing it. I haven't, but it's worth it.
I forgot it came out on that as well. Yeah. So Harry, good luck, and hopefully
let us know how you get on.
Yeah, do let us know. And if you discover anything that we didn't mention, tell us.
Cool. So we'll move on to video game 20 questions to wrap us up. You guys who have joined, who are the guests on the show, you're currently beating me 4-0 on this at the minute. So hopefully this one might trip you up. Okay, so I'll explain the rules again for those listening. So basically the guys have 20 questions to ask me. They can only ask me yes or no questions. If they've asked the same question, I will then give them that question back. If it's a question I can't answer, again, they'll get that question back. So in theory, you get 19 questions, and the 20th has to be the guess. If you guess wrong during that period of 20, you lose. Okay? So you have to be certain that you've got the right game. Cool. So, do you want to start us off, guys?
I got... I liked.
Remember, you can confer, by the way.
Yeah. I'm gonna go in with this one because I think Jake will approve of it anyway. But did it release in the arcade?
No. I won't go.
Yeah, I don't know
2
then.
in a row.
We could take it in
I
turns,
haven't played
Jake.
this game before, so I'm kind of like new at this type of questioning. So I'm going to sort of look at Chris for a little bit, going, "What kind of question would you ask next?"
Okay, I'll do another one. So, bearing in mind something that we've thought about before, is it more than 15 years old?
Let me just. Yes. Oh yeah. Yep.
It's a confident yes, isn't it?
Yeah. We're not. That's the other thing, is to try and gauge from his responses how sure about it he is.
Yeah. We want to kind of ask open-ended questions, not open-ended questions. We want it like quite pointedly to get a yes or no out of it.
Yeah, so it's got to be a yes or no, and what we're trying to do is to not be too specific that we won't learn anything, but to cut out big chunks of what it could be. So I'll do one more and then you can jump in. Is it a cross-platform title?
No.
See what I've done there?
Exclusive. Yeah.
Do you want to have a crack? Straight in. Is it Otto?
Is that your final question?
Obviously, it's not, because we knew about the arcades. It's fine.
Yeah. Try and narrow it down by asking if it's a particular bit, like platform. Is it a 16-bit title?
Yes.
No, good work.
16-bit platform exclusive.
But do you remember that there are multiple 16-bit platforms, more than just the 2?
Yeah. Although that makes it even more interesting if it's not cross-platform and it's on a different 16-bit. Hold on, I just need to go to my consoles and count the bits.
I can save you something. If you look at the Atari Jaguar, that's 64.
Yeah.
Work that out.
If it's my N64, it's in 7 bits.
Now, Chris, I wonder if this might K-June for clarity. I wonder if this is a console or a computer game.
Oh, interesting. I mean, it's Chris, so I'm assuming it's a console, but
yeah, could he be? 16.
I don't know. I struggle.
Could be an Amiga as well on that, couldn't it?
Oh yeah, of course. Maybe we start looking at genre.
Yeah, go for it.
Is it an RPG?
No.
How many questions have we got left?
15.
Yeah,
well, 14 and a guess.
My favorite other one I'll chuck in again is it part of a franchise?
No.
Oh, nice.
So it's a one-off franchise, as in, what do you think of that?
So yeah, like as a running IP, I suppose. So yeah, we're looking at something that's probably a one-off, although there could be. You could probably say there was a couple of them without it being a franchise, but I'm inclined to think we're talking about one game.
No, I wondered, could it be a handheld or a console? As in connect to a TV console, because then you've got the Game Boy Advance, haven't you, in the 16?
Of course, yeah. Or maybe frame that into a yes or no question.
Yes. This is where I'm sort of verbally just conferring.
Yeah. No, I'm agreeing with you. It's the right direction to take. But yeah, you asked the question.
Was this game in a portable format?
No.
Okay. Crap.
No, it's all right. It did what you needed it to. It was a good.
Yeah. Ruled out the whole GPA library. And, Oh, it also rules out PC Engine.
Yeah.
Because you had handheld. And, well, you had the Nomad as well.
I wouldn't say that was not a handheld game if it was a Mega Drive game that was available on the Nomad.
But I said, no, the question was, is it available in portable format? Answer the question. So it's a Mega Drive game then, yeah. That's not a question.
Oh, fuck it. Is it a Mega Drive game?
No.
Okay. I felt like we were going too far at the edge. We needed to burn the question.
Yeah.
So it's 11 left.
Is it a platformer?
Yes.
I had vibes then, Jake. Had vibes.
Yeah.
So platformer, one off.
Not part
Probably
of the series.
SNES, but not certain. Because you were onto a thing with like the Amiga and stuff, weren't you?
Yeah. Because it could also be the Philips CDI. Did it have any platformers on it? I can't remember. Not familiar with its library, to say the least.
And Hotel Mario.
Yeah.
Was kind of platformer.
I had a CDI, but I didn't buy any platformers on it.
Neo Geo's a 16-bit. But it's an arcade, or was it platform exclusive that didn't hit the arcade?
Yeah.
Too
there can't be many of them on the Neo Geo.
No.
Crap.
Is it a sports game?
No.
We're on a platformer, Jake.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, shit. I burnt a question without thinking. I was too busy diving down the Neo Geo path.
Well, it's all right. Don't worry. You've ruled out Soccer Kid.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you see, I would have said that is a kind of sports game, you see. So
Soccer Kid is a sports game platformer, man.
Yeah. So is Go Go Beckham.
Yeah. And there's a baseball one, but I can't remember what it's called. I sort of remember from that era.
Oh, yeah. Shit, what was that called? That was... Never mind. Anyway, that's by the by.
Anyway, by the by.
So we clearly know it's not the baseball game as well, because I don't know the name of it.
Yeah. That was a clever one. Got that one for free, Jake.
Winner.
This is not my first rodeo. It's my second.
I hope to gain all the wisdom that you're imparting.
Yeah, we'll see how we end up. God, I'm going to do it. How many questions left?
9. Well, 8 plus a guess.
Is it on the Super Nintendo?
It is not on the Super Nintendo.
Right, fuck.
Now the problem is, I don't know the rest of the platforms on 16-bit.
Yeah, so we've said it's not on the Mega Drive. So, I mean, then we're potentially thinking home computer. I have one which would be incredible if it's right. I need a better way to... Oh, no, because what I'm thinking of, I think, is not platform exclusive, is cross-platform because it came to the Vita.
But okay.
Interesting.
Because this version of the game is platform exclusive in terms of...
but it may have had a future HD remake.
So you can ask that sort of question. Yeah.
Okay, fine. Was it on the Amiga?
Yes, it was on the Amiga, yes.
Should have asked that fucking 12 questions ago.
Yeah. Did it get a HD remake on the Vita?
Yes, it did.
Is it Super Frog?
It is indeed Super Frog.
Chris.
Released in 1993 on the Commodore Amiga and the Amiga CD32 in 1994, but it's still the same sort of platform anyway. It's the same game released on that.
I played a lot of that on the CD32.
I played a lot of it on the Amiga, and then I played a lot of it on Vita.
Yeah, I played the Vita quite a bit as well. Yeah, it was great.
Never fucking seen the game.
Have you not? It was such a cool game. It's like it's a really, like, the levels are really open-ended. and you run quite quickly as well for a frog, which is bizarre. And yeah, it's kind of
unlike for a hedgehog, which is perfectly reasonable.
Completely reasonable. They spend a lot of time on roads.
Admittedly, not moving very quickly.
But no, Super Frog is a really cool game. It's kind of a mix of Mario and Sonic.
Yeah.
In a game, because it has the open exploration-y style gameplay of Mario World. Not as good, but it does have the speed and stuff of Sonic, so you can just whiz through if you want. But there are objectives to do in the levels.
It's a nice looking game, and the Vita game is really cool.
It is, yeah. They got rid of all of the was it Lucasade in the original? Yeah, because he drinks Lucasade and he just drinks this normal stuff in the.
It's like bringing Zool out now and getting rid of all the Chupa Chups.
Yeah, which they did.
What did they do that on?
Zool is on PS4, Xbox One, I think.
Oh, is it?
And PC, yeah. It's
I got it entirely passed me by.
I got it for like £2.32 in a sale recently, and I quite enjoyed it again. I was like, it's still good.
I played a lot of Zool 2 on the Jag.
Wow, you heathen!
I love my Jaguar.
You and Tom have to. I was going to say someone, but there are two of you.
Yeah. That's how me and Tom bonded. It was like our top two systems were the Jaguar and the Saturn. It was like good times. The Saturn only drops out of my top 5 when TXK came out, and it got replaced by the Vita. Because my favorite game of all time got replaced. It's like if you have a favorite game of all time, the system that it's on has to be in your top 5. Or
I can't do that though, because the Nuon would be in my top 5.
Well, you think Tempest 3000 is better than later ones.
The Tempest 3000 is so good. It's not as
good. It's a really good game, but it's not as good as TXK.
No, it's not as good as TXK, but it is a really good game.
I like it.
I only got 2 games for my Nuon when I did buy it, and one of them came packaged with it, and that was Merlin Racing, which was a card game with Merlin the Wizard and other characters from that.
I didn't know there were 2 games for it, so that's interesting.
They were the only 2 games I ever played on it. The Merlin game was absolutely awful.
I've only played Tempest 3000, and I've only played it at events. The frame rate is not good enough.
3000.
Yeah, I used it mostly as a DVD player rather than a games machine, and it was a shit DVD player. It was a terrible, terrible machine. Anyway, thank you both so much for joining me.
Thank you for having us back.
Thanks.
And I will catch you next time. Thanks for listening,
on
everyone.
the flippy flop. Good night, guys.